the Sunshine Network with Jackie B.
This is Jackie Sunshine Smith, the boxing diva, and you're watching the Sunshine Boxing Show, the TKO talk show, because we only talk boxing. And today we're talking boxing in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, and I'm at Let Vietnam and Lasta Multimedia Corporation, and our guest is Mr. Mr. Tien, Tran Minh Tien. Mr. Tien is the chairman of the Vietnam Boxing Federation and of the Let Vietnam Multimedia Company here in Ho Chi Minh City. How are you doing today?
Well, thank you. And today I'm very pleased to be with you in your program.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here at your television studio. And let's talk boxing. Let's get right to it. The Vietnam Boxing Federation, tell us about that. It was founded, September of last year? And what is the purpose of the Vietnam Boxing Federation?
Okay, we have very long time in develop boxing, but for Vietnam Boxing Federation, we have just set up on September 13, okay. September 13 last year. Okay. And it means that it's about 6 months born of the federation. And with the new federation of Vietnam, we hope that we will develop boxing better than before.
Because when was the last time you had professional boxing in Vietnam?
During that, in Vietnam now we do almost amateur boxing, but step by step we will develop professional boxing, because we need to develop boxing to be as a career for the boxer. It means that boxer can live with their boxing.
Yes. Great careers. We know someone like Floyd Mayweather, Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, when you're making $400 million and money, that's not a bad piece of money there. Right now with the amateurs, there has to be a transition period for them to go into the professional boxing. And how did the government and the Vietnam Boxing Federation come about the idea that we need to allow the boxers to transition from amateur to professional? Did they think that after fighting amateur that the boxers just quit boxing, or did they leave the country to go pro? What brought about the decision to allow them to turn pro again?
I think that Vietnamese government encouraged boxing to develop. But you know that now almost boxing is still, I can say that in the early times to develop. So that not so much people practice boxing now. So now we have to do, we try to encourage people to do boxing. And after that, when we have boxing, I say that, okay, boxing can be in the school, in the university, so that many people play boxing. Okay. After that, we will, I can say that we at that time, we will develop professional boxing.
Okay. Now you have a series that Let Vietnam Television is doing here. Tell me about the weekly boxing series that's going on.
This is Iron Battle. This is a boxing weekly. We do every week at Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And this, do you know that we almost the best boxer of Vietnam, we attend to this, I can say that competition. And around about 64, the best boxer of Vietnam will try to gain the Let Viet belt.
Oh, okay. So you have female boxers?
We have female boxer and we have men. And female boxer now is much better than men.
Oh my goodness. Well, they're beautiful women. So It's interesting. Where do these fighters come from? Do they have an amateur background, or did they just start fighting?
They are amateur background, and you know that for women, and last week, a women boxer
Bang,
of Vietnam.
I met her yesterday.
And they gained a medal from China
Okay.
last week.
Was that the Southeast Asia Games or?
No, qualified for Olympic.
Oh, qualifying for the Olympics. Okay. So you do have a few Olympic hopefuls there, or is Bang the only one right now?
No, you know, until now we don't have any boxer to go to Olympic, but
Okay.
only this boxer
Oh.
can be. It means that she need to qualify one more match in I don't know,
In the Olympic
Europe.
qualifiers. Okay.
Another qualified round. Huh?
Okay.
Okay.
Now, with the event going on weekly and the Vietnam Boxing Federation, which has made international news, it's all over the boxing world that professional boxing is coming back to Vietnam. That's the big news around the world, of the boxing world. So a lot of people are interested in knowing what's going to happen. With this weekly series, I think this is something that's going to maybe expose it to the Vietnam population since they haven't had professional boxing. Do you see a growth in the people coming out weekly for the events?
You know, this event we hold about 3 years already.
Oh.
And this is the only boxing TV program in Vietnam that we do every week. And people now mostly know that, okay, there's a boxing weekly on Latvia channel.
Okay.
And not in Vietnam, but some other neighboring country, they know about this program. Even in Philippines,
Okay.
they also watch this program.
Oh, great, great. Now, is it just the Vietnam boxers, or where are the boxers coming from that fight in the weekly program? Do you allow outside boxers to come in to fight, or just the Vietnam fighters?
You know that we, for 1 week, it means that one Saturday, we have 4 fights from Vietnam. And 1 fight can be outside.
Okay. Interesting, interesting. So who does the matchmaking for you?
Pardon?
Who does your matchmaking to determine what fighter will
I see.
fight the other one?
You know that for the boxer of Vietnam,
Yes,
have
but who
to-
fights?
okay.
Who determines that?
they had to join and to how can I say to match by
Drawing?
no some kinds of lucky draw.
Blocks? I'm trying to figure it out. Does the coach match them up to fight, or see?
Okay, I don't know. I mean that every people they have
Okay.
they write the name in the paper and put it in a box. Then we
Oh,
choose.
okay, okay.
That
Pull.
is,
So it's according to their weight division, and then it's just pulled, and that's who you'll fight that week. Okay, I get it. Just a random type matching.
random matching.
Oh, interesting. Now, with 2 females, do they fight each other, or do they fight other women? Different women every week. The 2 female boxers.
You know, in 1 week there may be 2 fight of men and 2 fight of women.
Oh, okay, okay. Interesting. Well, how has the crowd reacted to the boxing events every week? What is their response being? I know you said they're even watching it on television, and your live audience, what is their response? How are they enjoying it?
Do you know that we every week there's around 500 people come to the stadium,
Okay.
and people normally watching this program by television.
Oh, okay. So you get a broader audience by television.
I see.
Well, let's go back to the Vietnam Boxing Federation. Now, you were elected the first president of the organization, right?
I
So
see.
that's an honor. They must entrusted a lot into you to hold that position. With your leadership, where do you see the organization going? Where do you want to take it?
You know, we have just set up, and we have many things to do now. Even that we have to retrain for trainer, for judges,
Yes.
and even for boxer. We have to do the right boxing.
Okay.
In Vietnam now, somehow it's mixed between other kinds of art martial. So
Okay.
that now we have to correct. It means the correct right boxing.
Okay.
So this is, we have many things to do, and we try to do by this years. We will invite some trainer from foreigner, judges from foreigner to set up a course for the judges and trainer in Vietnam,
Okay.
in order to make a new boxing in Vietnam.
Because then you get into the professional matchmaker. That's one of the positions. And they match the fighters based on their styles.
I see.
So that can be really interesting. A lot of the matchmakers have that trainer's background. Well, who's your favorite fighter right now? Your favorite boxer do you have a favorite boxer right now?
In Vietnam also.
In Vietnam and outside of Vietnam.
Outside Vietnam, I think that Holyfield is a very good boxer, and I love him. But in Vietnam, we try to develop boxer, and I can say that in Vietnam now, women boxing is better than men. And we have Lưu Thị Duyên, as I told you, that she have just got medal from China last week. She's now very good boxer.
And it's interesting, her last name is Bang. Miss Bang?
Lê Thị Bằng also a very good boxer.
Not the same one.
Not the same one.
Oh, okay.
Lê Thị Bằng also go to qualify round in China, but she failed.
Oh, okay. So I was thinking it was the same person. Oh, okay. Wow. So yeah, the women are doing well. Now, I went to Hanoi a few years ago with my friend Lan Lu here from Ho Chi Minh City, and we got a chance to meet and interview some of the women of the women's national boxing team up there at Hanoi at the Sports Center. So that was interesting, meeting some of the trainers, and I noticed they brought in trainers from various countries to work with the women's national team. Have you been to the Hanoi Sports Center?
Okay, I have been there.
Oh, okay.
And now we in Hanoi is also very good. A trainer, a center, and especially women of Hanoi boxers.
Okay.
It's very good too.
Now, I understand that a lot of the boxers will be coming down to Ho Chi Minh City from Hanoi. Are they relocating the boxing training centers to Ho Chi Minh City? Or will still be one in Ho Chi Minh City and one in Hanoi?
Also in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City also developed the center of boxer, a boxing. And do you know that, but the national team of Vietnam now still train in Ho Chi Minh City.
Okay, okay. Now that's where I went yesterday. There was about 60 fighters there.
About that.
Ooh, lots of fighters. I don't think I've ever seen that many fighters in one gym. So that says a lot for the people who are interested in boxing. They have that many people in the gym. Even on Facebook, some of the guys in boxing have commented on that. Like, wow, I wish I had that many people in my boxing gym. So that's a lot, because you're looking at the guys mainly with that 18 to 20, 25-year-old group. That's when they're in their prime to turn pro. It gives them longevity in professional boxing also. Interesting. Now, tell me more about the Vietnam Boxing Federation when it comes to the long-term vision for the organization. What do you see, and where do you see it taking Vietnam? Because I believe if you do professional boxing, it would also be interesting for tourists, because once you start getting to the international market, then you're bringing in people to see the fights. Like, I go places,
I see,
Macau,
I see.
Paris, Berlin, because once you have a good fight, then people come from all
I see.
around the world
I
to the
see.
events. So do you think that the tourism industry will help the Vietnam tourism industry?
I see. Okay. For Vietnam Boxing Federation, we think that first the I can say the very important task of our federation now is we try to push Vietnamese boxer to be a star of boxing. You know,
Okay.
in Vietnam, there's no boxing star. So now we try to create to develop to be boxing star.
Okay.
And you know, if there's some boxing star, for example, she can gain some medal from international round,
Yes.
then people will consider that boxer as a talent of Vietnam. So
Yes.
that is encourage people to do the same. And beside that, we try to develop professional boxing, because with professional boxing, we can bring a lot of boxers from other countries that very well known in the world, come to Vietnam to create a big event for boxing, for example, for and with that activity, we also bring tourism to Vietnam,
Yes.
and that is encourage
Yes.
people to play boxing.
Because I don't think a lot of people outside of Vietnam, you know, and like I come from on the other side of the world, understand what a beautiful place it is and how interesting and fascinating it is. So almost like a New York City or any other international city when I come to Ho Chi Minh City or Hanoi, and I think they're missing out on a lot. But I think once the boxing is there, because boxing is such an international sport, they come from all around, sort of like Manny Pacquiao.
I see.
His fans, they follow him no matter where he's fighting.
I see.
When remember Mike Tyson went over to Japan, and so it's because it's an international sport. You could go anywhere in the world, but yet I think by Vietnam having boxing coming back, and it's the buzz of the industry now, that I think a lot of people are interested. I know the Australians have been trying to do boxing here also recently. But I think wasn't it Australia that was coming in with some boxing or not?
Okay, you know that for professional boxing in Vietnam now, we have to develop coordinately with amateur, because you know with the professional boxing we can bring a lot of good boxers to Vietnam, then to be and to encourage Vietnamese boxer, and after that with the fight that Vietnamese can fight with various foreigner, and then we would bring them to go inter. So do you know that with the boxer can go inter, okay, that is very good image and very good thing to encourage other boxers in Vietnam try to follow.
Oh, okay. I think it's great, and Let Vietnam is at the forefront of televising it. So already that's great exposure for multinational areas about the events. And I think the weekly series is a wonderful event to have, because that keeps the people in Vietnam aware that, hey, boxing is going on every week at this location. And with the Vietnam Boxing Federation coming into that, I mean, that is wonderful, because I was here, 2012, 2013, and there was no commission at the time. So this is, I think it's a great thing that you're doing. And what do you want to tell the boxing world about the Vietnam Boxing Federation? What would you want them to know?
Boxing in Vietnam now still, I can say that we in the very early time to develop, so that we need the help from other countries, from the who know a lot, have a lot of experience to have Vietnam to develop boxing, because boxing is an international sport, and Vietnam now we need to build it, and we need to go to Olympic.
That's right, because now that was one of the key factors with China 3 years ago, bringing professional boxing back. There, they had Zhao Shiming, when the 3-time gold medalist, and he did his his first pro bout in Macau. Now they have boxing in mainland China on a regular basis, and that's only been 3 years ago.
I see.
So it really does help to get to the Olympics and have a star coming out of the Olympics for the PR.
I see.
Interesting. Well, tell us a little about Let's Vietnam and Losta Multimedia. What does the companies do? What are those companies doing?
Okay. Let Viet is a TV channel, a nationwide TV channel, a free TV in Vietnam, and now we are one of the top 6 in nationwide and top 4 in Ho Chi Minh City. And I can say that the only channel that we love boxing, and we do boxing 3 years already.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. Have you ever fought? Did you ever box?
Okay. When I was a child, I have practiced boxing.
When you were a child? Oh, okay. Are you from Ho Chi Minh City?
No, I'm from the north of Vietnam, Hanoi.
Oh, okay. So you did box as a child. That's interesting. So that's how you developed your interest in boxing?
Okay.
And you just kept it from your childhood, your interest in boxing?
No, not yet. Now, when I was a child, okay, I practiced boxing, but now for a very long time I don't play now already.
But that's how you had that first interest. Like
I see.
For me, I was a little girl. We used to box in my neighborhood too, so that's
see.
when I got my interest in it.
I see.
And we put on little shows and charge a nickel for you to come see. We make the boxing ring with the rope and 4 Coca-Cola crates, and that's how we had our boxing ring in the backyard. So,
okay.
and I've had the boxing love for a long time also. Interesting. Well, I'm just so happy to be here today and spend this time with you and view all the boxing gyms. Tell us about some of the boxing gyms that we'll be seeing today and yesterday.
You know the boxing gym that you have visited yesterday and today you will go. I can say that you have go. I can say the best boxing gym in Vietnam already, because yesterday you visit the national team, and today you visit the team from Ho Chi Minh City. This is a very good team too. So that yesterday and today you have met with, I can say that all the best of boxer in Vietnam already.
Oh, interesting. Now there was an event earlier. Lan Lu was telling me they had the golf tournament, and then they had the complimentary boxing at the Ho Tram Casino. Did you attend that event? Were you aware of that one at the Ho Tram Casino?
Ho Tram Casino? No, I don't know about that event. But in Vietnam now, we normally do about 4 to 5 tournaments per year for boxing.
Okay, okay. Well, thank you so much for having me here as a guest and showing me all the great boxing facilities. And I can't wait to get home and share the information, the footage of the gym and the fighters and with you, with my friends in America and around the world on Sunshine Boxing on the internet. And it's just been a wonderful experience, and I hope to come back again soon to be here in Ho Chi Minh City for a boxing event.
So you're welcome in Vietnam, and we thank you your program. Okay, through your program, TV program, people in the world know something about Vietnamese boxing now, because before in professional boxing, no one know in how Vietnam is. But today with this conversation, I think that people will know something about Vietnam.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Sunshine Network with Jackie B.